The next tool to discuss together would be the pickup parameters and inject parameters. We have briefly looked at this function in ArchiCAD, but I'll explain it in detail now in this tutorial. Pickup parameters and inject parameters are related to these two icons on your toolbar up the top. So this first one is called pickup parameters. And if you hover over the icon, you can see that the name of the icon appears when you hover over the icon. So it's called pickup parameters and the shortcut is Alt-C. Then the one to the right of it is called inject parameters. So these two buttons generally work as a pair. It means that you can use this button, the pickup parameters, to pick up the parameters of a toolbox item or an element, toolbox element. So any one of these, basically any element that is built in your ArchiCAD file. So what you do is you get the tool, the eyedropper, and what you're doing is basically clicking on the element that you want to pick up the parameters of. So you're basically sucking up the parameters or the characteristics of this column, which I'm about to click with my left mouse button, so that when I click, it means that my column tool is activated with all the default settings that relate to what I've just clicked. So if you notice here, it's 600 mil in diameter, primed, ready to go. So once you've picked up the parameters of this one, my intention is to change this column to be the same as this column. So this is active at the moment, but what you need to do then is inject the parameters of what is active in the column toolbox to what you want to change. And if you go click now with your left mouse button, it will automatically change that column to match this one. This is particularly useful with doors and windows because doors and windows are particularly cumbersome to set up. When I mean set up, it means when you go into the door function or similarly to the window default settings, there are many settings that you must systematically work through to create your door. That is if you're using a door that is existing in ArchiCAD already. So there are things such as the width of the door, the height of the door, what's the threshold, is it outside door where the threshold drains to the exterior, what's the architrave, is there rebated stop, is it a swinging door, etc, etc. So it means that once you create one door and then you put it into your project, if you then come back later and create another type of door and put that into your project, but then realize, oh, actually, I want another exterior door, which is the first door I created, then generally what will happen in the absence of using this pickup parameters and inject parameters function, if you didn't know that this was available to you, then you may very well go back and retype in all of the door parameters for the first door that you put in order to get back that type of door to next put in your project. But in the case where you know that you've got pickup parameters and inject parameters, all you need to do is then select that first door and then inject it into the second door or third door that you want to change to be the same as your first door.